Oftentimes in the gun industry or in the gun culture, you'll hear people talk about their EDC. EDC stands for your everyday carry. Everyday carry does include the firearm that you carry, but there are other items that you absolutely must carry if you carry a firearm on a regular basis. So the first thing that you must have is a knife. It doesn't have to be an expensive knife, but you need one. Why? Because it folds, it tucks into your pocket, and a lot of things that you would do with scissors, you can just do with a knife, put it in your pocket. Because it's folded, you know that it's safe. Okay? If you have a pair of scissors in your pocket, on the other hand, you could really hurt yourself in the process if you're running or doing whatever. The next important thing that you should have is you should get yourself, that's right, you should get yourself a flashlight. A flashlight with 500 to 1,000 lumens. And this is very important. You know, never know. You're out in the dark. You need to find some things. You're searching for something in the dark. Or even if you just need to distract someone, then you'll have this in your pocket. Now, you can get a tactical one. This is a heavy metal. It can be used as a weapon. You can do so many things with this particular flashlight. The third thing that you need is a watch. Okay? This is my Apple Watch. I pretty much use this for everything. But when the battery dies on this, everything that you use, if you use a compass or anything on this particular watch, you only have a couple of hours and it's gone. So if you had a couple of days, you don't have a charge, you don't have a charging source, then this watch would do you no good. So what you need to do is always carry an analog watch. Okay, do you remember the old Timex watch? Some of you may not remember, but one time we used to dial them up, set it, and it would run for a couple hours, and at the end of the day, we'd wind it back up again. So it's great to have that Apple Watch, but it's important that you have an analog watch. Now, the fourth most important thing that you should have is you should always have a fire source. So I have a very interesting item here. This is my bracelet. This bracelet not only has paracord, it's made of paracord, but it also has a compass, but it also has a fire source. So if you're out, you may not have matches, you may not have a lighter, but it's very easy to put this bracelet on your arm and function on a daily basis, and there you go. So it's and you know what? All you need are the pieces. Ladies, if you want a different color, if you want a fancier designed bracelet, you can get that done. But the most important thing is that you do have a fire source. You can get these pieces on Amazon, and they're very good to have. Okay? If you have all of these things, you can't leave home without your handgun. Okay? So you got to carry a handgun, but anytime you are carrying a handgun, let's say if you were in a situation where you had to defend yourself, someone got shot in the process, the most important thing that you should have is an IFAK, an individual first aid kit. Okay? This is extremely important. Why? Because if you had to defend yourself, and if you had to shoot someone, you want to make an effort to help sustain that individual, even though you shot him. But it's always good, it always looks good to know that you tried to help the person that you had to deal with in that way. It's a very good decision to carry on a daily basis, but make sure you have these items with you. And so in the event that something should happen, you have essential things that you need to survive the moment. It may not last you for a couple of days, but it will help you survive momentarily. And sometimes that's the most important thing. Have some fun, but get yourself a gun.